All eyes do the same job. They detect light and turn it into images our brains can understand, but they definitely don't all do it the same way. Some animals see incredible detail from miles away, while others see almost perfectly in the dark. And some don't really see images at all. They see movement. So, what's actually happening inside an eye? Today, we're exploring how different animals evolve completely different visual systems and why there isn't just one best eye. Welcome to Probe This 101.
Part 1. Human Eye Overview.
To understand other animals, let's start with the human eye. Light first enters through the cornea, then passes through the pupil, which controls how much light gets in. Next, the lens focuses that light onto the retina, a thin layer of cells at the back of the eye. The retina contains two important types of cells: rods, which detect light and motion, and cones, which detect color and fine detail. Humans have about 120 million rods and 6 million cones. These cells convert light into electrical signals that travel through the optic nerve to the brain. But there's one strange design flaw. Where the optic nerve leaves the eye, there are no photoreceptors at all. This creates a small gap in the vision called the blind spot. Luckily, your brain usually fills it in so you never notice it.
Part 2. Human Strengths and Limits.
Human eyes are actually pretty impressive. Our biggest strength is color vision and detail. We have 3 types of cone cells that detect red, green, and blue light, which lets us see millions of colors. We're also very good at focusing on small details, useful for things like reading, recognizing faces, or spotting subtle patterns. But humans have a weakness. We're not great at seeing in the dark. Our pupils can only expand so much, and our retinas don't contain as many rod cells as animals built for nighttime vision. Which is why some animals absolutely outperform us once the sun goes down.
Part 3. Predator versus Prey Eyes.
One of the biggest differences in animal vision is where the eyes are placed on the head. Predators like wolves, cats, and humans usually have forward-facing eyes. This overlap between both eyes creates binocular vision, which gives strong depth perception. That's incredibly useful for hunting, jumping, or grabbing moving prey. Prey animals, on the other hand, like rabbits, deer, or many birds, have eyes on the side of their heads. This gives them a much wider field of view, sometimes even close to 360 degrees. They sacrifice some depth perception, but gain the ability to spot predators coming from almost any direction.
Part 4. Night Vision Eyes. Cats, Owls.
Animals that hunt at night evolved eyes that work very differently. Take cats and owls. First, their pupils can expand much wider than human pupils, letting in far more light. Second, their retinas contain far more rod cells as well, which are extremely sensitive to dim light. But the coolest feature is something called the tapetum lucidum. This is a reflective layer behind the retina. When light enters the eye, it passes through the retina, hits the tapetum lucidum, and bounces back through the retina a second time. This essentially gives the light 2 chances to be detected, dramatically improving night vision. It's also why cats' eyes seem to glow in the dark when light hits them.
Part 5. Extreme Detail Eyes. Eagles.
Some animals specialize in the opposite ability, seeing incredible detail at long distances. One of the best examples is an eagle. Eagles have extremely dense photoreceptors packed into their retinas. In fact, they can have 4 to 5 times more detail resolution than humans. This means an eagle flying hundreds of meters above ground can still spot something as small as a rabbit moving below. Their eyes are also larger relative to their head size, allowing more light and more visual information to be processed. For a hunting bird, the level of precision is a huge advantage.
Part 6. Compound Eyes. Insects.
Now let's look at something completely different. Insects don't have single lens eyes like we do. Instead, they have compound eyes. A compound eye is made of thousands of tiny lenses called ommatidia. Each lens captures a small piece of the visual world. The brain then combines these pieces into a kind of mosaic image. Compound eyes usually don't see fine detail very well, but they are extremely good at detecting motion. Even tiny movements can be noticed almost instantly. This is why flies are so hard to catch. Their visual systems react incredibly quickly.
Part 7. Weird and Unique Eyes. Octopus. Snakes.
Some animals evolved eye systems that are even stranger. For example, octopuses have eyes surprisingly similar to human eyes, but with one major improvement. Their optic nerve connects behind the retina, not through it. That means no blind spot. Then there are snakes, which can detect something we can't see at all: infrared radiation. Special heat sensing pits near their eyes allow them to detect the body of heat of warm animals. Even in complete darkness, a snake can effectively see its prey by sensing temperature differences.
Part 8. Takeaway.
So, which animal has the best eyes? The truth is, there isn't one. Human eyes are great for color and detail. Owls dominate night vision. Eagles win in long-distance clarity, while insects excel at detecting motion. Every visual system evolved for one single purpose: survival in a specific environment. Different animals see the same world, but just in completely different ways. And once you start thinking about it, you realize something amazing. The world you see is only one version of reality. Lastly, if I missed anything, feel free to correct me in the comments. I'll pin thoughtful additions, and as always, keep asking questions.